So, are we gonna see you for Christmas?
I think I'm going back to Tokyo next month. All the designers I want to work with are out there, so...
There's no work in New York.
Do you folks know what you want?
Oh, let me ask you, the black cod, that's not the sushi, is it?
No, the cod is broiled with miso glaze.
Okay, perfect. I'll try the cod.
That's gonna come with a seasonal vegetable, satoimo, which is taro root.
Perfect.
Oh, fried chicken. Gotta do the fried chicken.
Karaage?
That's cooked, right?
Yes, it's fried.
Okay.
I'll just have the chirashi, please.
Chirashi? Anything else?
Sprite?
We have limonata, it's a type of pellegrino.
Okay.
So I have the black cod, the karaage, a limonata, and the chirashi.
Yes.
I'll put that in now.
Thank you.
So you're skipping Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well, I have to go to castings. You have to be available for this kind of stuff.
You know, there's fashion in Columbus now. Mrs. Mussorgsky's son works on this fashion week they do in the brewery district.
I don't know how you can live here. I mean, come on, $2,000 a month for where you're living is ridiculous.
Are you getting jobs?
It's easier in Tokyo. Luca knows, like, all the designers.
It's gotta be expensive to stay there.
I stay with Luca. He lives on the top floor of this high-rise. The whole floor is completely empty, except for this, like, acrylic triangle.
Sounds comfortable.
Well, I don't understand it.
First, let's determine your skin's undertone. We'll look beyond the color of your skin to perceive the tone that lies beneath. Go outside in natural sunlight. Hold out your arms with your palms to the sky. Examine the veins on your arms. Do they look bluish or greenish? Blue means your undertone is cool. Green means your undertone is warm. Silver looks better on cool undertones, while gold suits warm. Drape yourself in silver and gold fabrics to confirm your undertone. Which is more flattering? If your undertone is cool, your color season is either winter or summer. If your undertone is warm, your season is autumn or spring. To narrow down your season, let's examine your eyes and hair. Consider your eyes and natural hair color together. Are they more dark and deep or light and bright? This tells us whether you're a dark type or a light type. If you're cool and dark, your color season is winter. If you're cool and light, your season is summer. If you're warm and dark, your season is autumn. If you're warm and light, your season is spring. Now you know your color season. Before we consider the implications for your wardrobe,
The way I've thought about it is just people aren't sticking to, however the old tradition is supposed to be or was or how people think it's supposed to be, but people are kind of just more living for themselves, living kind of more true to themselves. heterosexual marriage and stuff like that isn't for everybody. My dad is one of like 7 kids, and I guess he was really religious growing up because he never really talks about it or anything. Maybe, I think just because he hated it, but everyone in his family is named after like a saint or whatever that is. Again, I'm really not that religious, so I don't know, but I didn't know that until I was asked him, like, why is everyone's name like kind of like weird, like you never hear like Carl anymore or something like that. He's like, oh, they were named after saints and stuff. I was like, oh, interesting. And then when my parents, I guess, had our family, as kids we would go to church on Easter and then Christmas, and then as we got a little bit older, the Easter kind of fell out. To me that was spiritual, just because like we'd sing like Christmas songs and stuff. But again, I have no, like, I don't know anything from the Bible, anything like that. For me, although I was born in the early 90s, thinking back, I never really thought I was a 90s kid. I feel like I grew up really starting in the 2000s. I remember every Sunday I would get we still had newspapers, I guess, in the early 2000s. So I would get the newspaper, but there would be a section of newspaper with the magazines and then the newspaper. I would never touch the newspaper because I hated getting the ink on my hands. So I would get the newspaper. I look at the Best Buy and Circuit City magazines. I had wanted a cell phone for so long. And then in 7th grade was the first time I ever got a cell phone. It was for Christmas, and I remember I opened the box and I was so happy because I had wanted one for so long. I actually started crying, which was crazy thinking back to it now. I remember, like, I would always videotape myself. I was vlogging, and I didn't even know what it was. It wasn't even a thing back then. But here I was holding a camera, filming myself, and I was literally vlogging, and it's just so weird to look back at that. Because if I had grown up in a younger generation, I would have been able to do what I love so much easier. I was just in the wrong generation, I think.
Volume 3, Action. Now that we understand style, let's consider action. Our goal is to learn how the self-directed motions of our body affect the feelings and sensations we experience over our lifespan. This volume treats 7 types of action. Consumption, how we ingest food, beverages, and everything else. Exercise, how we train our body. Meditation, how we train our thinking. Work, how we contribute to society. Art, how we actualize our mind in the world. Sex, how we satisfy our erotic urges. And sleep, how we sleep. Volume 3, Chapter 1, Consumption. We can move our arms, hands, and mouth to ingest certain substances. 4 billion years ago,